Okay. Today I'm here to present the dashboard for the IT monitoring solution. The dashboard have been in beta until version 4.2, but now in version 4.3 they are stable, and most of the bugs have been solved. And so if you start using the dashboard, please make sure to be on version 4.3. So let's start from the basics. What is a dashboard? A dashboard is an UI that provides an at-a-glance view of your monitored objects. And its main purpose is to quickly show the state of your system with the information that you really need and that you decided to have one next to the other. So basically, they are made from many composable widgets, like you can see in this screenshot here. Those widgets can be customized, can be placed next to the other, resized, moved around the dashboard, and to really suit your needs. A nice feature for the dashboard is the fact that those dashboards can be shared between users. So basically, an administrator can prepare the dashboards for their user and can also define some roles for the user. So basically, the administrator can edit the dashboard, can change the dashboard, but the user, if set to the role viewer, can only look at the dashboard and cannot edit them. And another nice feature of the dashboard is the fact that they can be shown in a carousel-like fashion. So basically, one dashboard after the other after some time. So and this feature is based on the playlist that we are going to see later. So let's put that in practice. Let's go to a toy central that I have here. You get to the dashboard from the home icon here, home dashboard. And here you have all the list of dashboards configured on your system. We can start by creating a new dashboard. Let's give it a name. Call it 1. Here we can provide a description. And let's start by creating the first widget. The first widget will be a simple one, generic test, just to place it on top of the white canvas of the dashboard. So let's call it my dashboard. And we can save the widget. And here we have our widget. The widgets can be resized like this. You see here we have all the white canvas of the dashboard where we can place our widget. So let's start by adding a more interesting widget, like for example, a single metric widget. A single metric is a widget that its purpose is to show a metric from a service. So for example, let's show a CPU usage. Let's give it a title. Here we have the preview for the widget. Here we select the resource type. In this case, we select an host. Then we select the host that we want to show the metric from. Then we select the service, for example, CPU. And here we select the total CPU average. Here we have the preview of the widget. Here we have some settings for the visualization. Let's save the widget. So we have this new widget. The widgets can be, for example, duplicated, like this. Let's resize it a bit. You see, you can move them around. Basically, they almost stick one with the other, but then you can move them. So basically, here we have a small clock that tells us the last time the widget was refreshed. Here we can drill down to the resource that the widget is representing with this icon here. And here we can also edit the widget. For example, we get back to our widget and we can change the visualization style. For example, we can here for this single metric widget, we can choose a gauge, or we can also choose a bar. On the bar and also on the gauge, we have the thresholds here. You see the warning threshold and the critical threshold. Let's select a gauge. Here we can decide whether to show the thresholds on the widget. We can customize the threshold instead of taking them directly from the service. We can also decide when to refresh the widget, whether to stick to the dashboard default interval, or provide a custom refresh interval, or even decide that the widget should be refreshed manually. And then we also can decide how to present the value. So we can save this widget, and we can go on by adding another one. For example, we can add a status chart widget. Here, this widget is meant to show the status of the system, not for like a single metric like before. So basically, here we have a group of hosts. Here we have the services configured in the system. We still need to select the resource type, but in this case, we have more options. For example, in this case, I'm going to select host group. And here I'm selecting a host group that I already prepared, already configured, and it's simply an host group that includes all the hosts configured in the system. So basically, what happens here is that we can change the visualization style. We can select, for example, a pie chart instead of a donut chart. We can present the same information through some horizontal bar or through some vertical bar. I'm going back to the donut chart because I like it more, but I mean, it's up to you how we want to see the information. Here, for example, in the donut chart, we have the number of the hosts inside the circle that, for example, for the pie chart is just printed above, but I mean, it's just a matter of cosmetic. Here we can decide whether to show all the information for the host and services, because, for example, if we select just one host, here we will have just one host. So basically, we can disable the visualization of the host. Let's go back to the host group. So basically, we can decide whether to show just the host or both the services and some more visualization settings. Let's save also this one. Let's resize it. We can put it next to the other two. Fine. Then next we have another widget, for example, the metric graph here. This widget is meant to show a metric over time. So let's go to select a metric. For example, here I select the switch and I'm taking the round trip time. As you can see, we can show many traces on this chart. So basically, if we select an host group, we can have the same metric for all the hosts. Then here we have some more visualization settings. For example, here we can select the period. For example, last 12 hours. We can see the peak here, round trip time of maximum round trip time of 14 milliseconds. It's not so much, but we have some different. I mean, it's something different here. And yeah, and this we can save the widget. We can resize it. So we have everything more or less of the same size. And then I'm going to show you the status grid widget, which basically is a widget that shows you the grid of all active services in the system. Currently, we have no host here because first we have to select them. I always take my group here, the whole host, but we have to tell the widget to also show the host in status such as or okay, in such as okay. Here we can also decide whether to show the state for a host or services, and we can also condense, show the status in a condensed way. So let's save it. As again, we have many options, and you can choose them as you like. Here we have the new widget. Let's resize it and put it here. As you can see, if you can easily swap one widget with the other, the interface responds to your changes. Let's save it. Let's let's create a new dashboard because we finished the space. Let's create. So let's see on another widget. For example, let's see the top bottom one, which is really interesting. This widget is typically shows typically ranks resources according to a metric. So, for example, here I select again my host group, all hosts. Here I have all the perf data configured in the system. So I'm selecting this one. And this metric here is a performance data that comes from the processes monitored in the system. So basically here, I'm showing the CPU, the CPU usage from each process monitored in the system. But as you can see, it's very small. So we invert the order of the processes. So basically, I have the processes that consumes the most CPU on top. We have 21 processes here, but we show the 10 consuming the most CPU. Clearly, the widget will not show all the 21 processes. Here we have some option, and we can save the widget. Last, and another widget that I want to show you is the resource table, which basically is very similar to the resource status page that you can find here. You have some filter here. You can decide whether to show all processes, the one that are in a status or in a status okay or not. So basically, you have all the processes. Here we can select again the same group and we can save. Let's resize it. and we can save the dashboard. Let me add another one. So basically, we can also show some maps of the system. For example, we can, but the map should have been created in a different place. We can show geographical map. We can show synoptic maps. So let's create this one, for example. Here I have a white, let's wait that it resides. Let's save it. It should reside in a while. As you can see, here you can place any background you like, and you show this map on a dashboard. So let's go back to the dashboard pane here. I want to show you some more information, some more feature. Here we can have the dashboard in this style visualization. We can have them. We can look at them in a table visualization. We can flag the dashboard as favorite, so we can quickly filter them here using this checkbox here. We can also increase the number of dashboard visualized in the page with a simple pagination. You can select the number of the dashboard you can see. Here you can move between the pages. And let's go back to this one. Basically, another feature of the dashboard is that you can share them between users. So for example, we can share this dashboard with a contact. So we go to this icon here. We click. We select, for example, the user here. We can specify the role, editor or viewer. As I said before, the viewer can just look at the dashboard, the editor can edit it. We can also share the dashboard with a group of contact. So basically, we select this one, that's a viewer, we edit, and we can save. So basically, this dashboard is going to be shared with that user. And we can also see that here in the share column. And another feature of the dashboard are the playlists. As I said before, we can add a new playlist. And here we can specify the time a dashboard will be shown, the rotation settings. We can add the various dashboard that I created. So here we have 4 dashboard. We can also share the playlist. Here heading the contacts, we can save, and then we can run the playlist. So basically, here you have the time the dashboard is shown, and when the bar fills up, basically we change the dashboard. So let's see the dashboard in a more productive way, in a production environment, just to let you see more interesting dashboards rather than the simple one that I created. I put a link in the chat. You can visit the link and you should get inside the demo environment. I mean, it's a production central, meaning that is monitoring a real customer, but we are in an environment that is a demo because we don't want to show data from the customer. So basically, it's quite restricted. So let's see this dashboard. This one is the one that is meant to show the information, the infrastructure of our office. Here we have a topology view from our office. So we have many hosts here, and all the green circle here are the hosts that are up. And if, for example, a part of the network should go down, we will see all the branch to red and see all the involved hosts. Here we have a resource status page, our resource status widget with all the services configured in our network. And here we have a top-bottom widget where all the interfaces of the firewall are ranked for traffic. Then we have a different dashboard. This one is, how can I say, a thematic dashboard. And its purpose is to monitor the status of some Windows servers. And basically here we have the status widget, as we have seen before. Here we have the status grid widget. We have 3 servers. And here we have some top-bottom widget, for example, for the page file usage, for the memory, for the pending updates, and some charts here representing the time series metric, memory, CPU, number of sessions, and and let's move to another dashboard. This one is just to let you to show you some more widgets, some more arrangements, and basically we show here CPU utilization, memory utilization, and space usage from a server. Okay. For me, it's almost everything. I want to thank you for your time. And I'll be here for a while to answer your question. And feel free to ask anything that you think could be interesting.